Hey all y'all cigar box guitar gurus. It's old Dusty 3 Strings here. Welcome back to the shop. Today I want to go over a blues shuffle. Now I'm going to show you how the pros do it. I'm going to make you a pro overnight. You believe that? Alright. Well, I want to do a little chop right here on the rhythm hand. This is going to be different than just a regular 12 bar blues. We're going to jump in there and make it sound more like a locomotive or a horse trotting. So on your picking hand over here, now we can slow that down. Now over here on your fretting hand, you're going to take your pointer finger. We're going to hit the second string in the second fret, the second string in the third fret, and then back to the second string in the second fret. So it's all the same string, just second and third fret and back. Alright, so it's going to sound something like this. Alright, now down here in the 5th fret, where we would normally bar so we could hammer on the 7th, we're not going to bar it. We're going to take our ring finger and our pinky finger, we're going to put those on the top string and the middle string in the 5th fret. And then take your pointer finger and put it back here on the bottom string in the 3rd fret. And it's going to sound a little funky like this. And then when we get to the point where we're at our turnaround, it's going to be the same finger positioning. We're just going to be in the 7th fret with our pointer finger in the 5th fret. Alright, now when you end that phrase, you can either come back over here and continue to hammer on like that, or you can end that phrase and do our regular little run down here. Alright, so let's kind of put it together. We'll go slow and we'll walk through this. Remember, we're just walking back and forth between the 2nd and the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So let's get our little locomotive chop going over here. Try not to beat your strings up. Try to be as smooth as you can right here. Now down here to the 5th, top 2 strings in the 5th, bottom string in the 3rd. Back to your open position. 7th, with your pointer finger in the 5th. 5th. Now run it through one full time so you can hear how the whole phrase goes. And jump in when you're ready. Seventh, 5th, open. And like I said, try to be as even as you can with your picking hand down here on your strum. You don't want to nail the strings. You want to sound as smooth as you can. You're going to get a little accent on your downbeat and a little accent on your upbeat, but you want to be as smooth as you can. In your 5th, down to 7th, 5th, that gives you a little turnaround. 7th, 5th, Now, like I said, don't worry about trying to hit individual strings here. You'll get to that. Get your groove right. Once you get in the groove, this hand right here kind of take care of itself because you'll be thinking about it and staring at it the whole time. But once you get the groove going with your picking hand, you'll start falling in there and it'll follow. And eventually it'll follow to where you're not even thinking about it and you can take your eyes off the neck. The best way to practice is to get your hands set and correct and then take your eyes off of the neck. That way you're feeling the neck instead of looking at it. It's just that much more to add to it. And on your picking hand, instead of just being a drone over here, you'll end up getting accents out of it. So put a little accent in it and you'll sound a little bit something like this. Now, if you notice, with my strumming hand, I never stopped moving that strumming hand, so I was in the same strum pattern even if I wasn't hitting the strings. So when I got to my accent part, it's still the same strum pattern. I was just able to put accents in there. Like that. And that's all she is, man. There ain't nothing to it. Once you get your right hand and your left hand, or your left hand and your right hand to work together, eventually they'll both travel through the brain and help each other. You won't be searching for things. You're gonna search for it at first. And don't quit playing. Once you find you a groove, if you mess up, you just, in your head, you know where you're at in the phrase, so you go on to the next step. Don't stop playing. If you ever stop playing, that makes your brain stop and you start over. So you're continuously starting over instead of getting through the phrase. If you get through the phrase, then your brain will learn to connect it and your hands will be together. And even if you mess up, you're still playing. And 9 times out of 10, once you learn a phrase good enough and you mess up, nobody's really going to notice. Because chances of you being the only instrument playing in the room is slim to none. Or if you are the only instrument playing in the room, then you may actually be the only musician in the room. So just keep that in mind. And any musician that's worth his salt is going to know that you're going to mess up. So they're not going to give you a hard time about it. Because it doesn't matter where you come from. You got to start somewhere. And this right here will make you sound just as good as the gurus once you learn how to phrase things out. So let's run through it one more time and we'll go through it slow. We're going to chug over here with our picking hand. And we're going to start the walk in the 2nd string and the 2nd fret to the 3rd string and the 2nd string and the 3rd fret, and then back to the 2nd. Fifth fret, top 2 strings. Now we're going to the 7th. 5th. And that's it, man. You got it. Just practice, 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 and eventually you'll come out smooth. Now, I'm going to tell you, sitting here showing you how to do this is way harder than just me doing it. Because I can sit here and play without anybody distracting me or distracting myself, and I can play through it smoothly. So you'll get there. It's just when you go to show somebody, it's just like anything else. If you want to show somebody in your family, hey, look what I just learned. Every time you try to show them what you just learned, you mess it up. So keep playing. Eventually you'll start playing through it and you'll be smooth enough and you won't even recognize when you mess up. And if you do recognize that you mess up, you're going to keep playing anyways, so it ain't going to matter. But that's the blues shuffle. You can play that slow, you can play that fast, but you'll eventually get to where you're not even having to look at the fretboard and you'll be smooth with it. But that's the blues, man. And if you don't like the blues, take that same shuffle and apply it to country music. Take that same shuffle and apply it to rock music. That shuffle is in there somewhere. You'll find a song where that shuffle is there. But that's all I got. Y'all make your 3-string cigar box guitar. And if there's anything you need to know, find you something here on the channel. I show you. Alright then, well that's all for our 3-string therapy for the day. Y'all have a good one. Come back and see me. Bye.